specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
In an effort to serve you better, GUT Credit Union has moved its Grandans branch from the Lamaki complex to the Excel Plaza. This new location provides more convenient parking with access from two entrances. The first is from the lower parking area and the second is at the top parking area on the same level as our office for easy walk-in access. Visit GUT Credit Union at our new location and experience the comfortable atmosphere with the enhanced member experience you have come to expect of us. Our Grandans office is open 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. We hope to see you soon. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for today, Wednesday, February 9th, 2022. I am Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, Grenada Tourism Authority anticipates massive increase in visitor arrivals for 2022. Michael Batiste signals his intention to contest the next general elections. Grenada to showcase massive cultural extravaganza for upcoming cricket match at the National Stadium next month. And around the globe, Guyana to buy electricity from China as government allows Chinese company to build hydropower plant. And nurses in Jamaica taking the jab for employment overseas. Coming up in sports, Devon Smith smashes half-century as Windward Islands contend their first match of regional cricket tournament. We'll have the details of these and more right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. 5 men have been charged with robbery with violence for the robbery of a citizen of the United Kingdom almost 2 weeks ago and were brought to the Guelph Magistrates Court on Tuesday. 30-year-old Marlon Lewis, 25-year-old Calvin Bernard, and 28-year-old Kendall Martin, all of Guelph St. John, were arrested and charged for the January 29th robbery with violence after the UK citizen was attacked, beaten, and robbed of his personal belongings. Calvin Bernard was also charged for the offense of throwing missiles alongside 34-year-old Kellon Ashton and 27-year-old Roland Henry, who are also from Guelph St. John. Martin, Lewis, Ashton, and Henry were granted bail in the sum of $7,500 with one surety each. As part of their bail conditions, they are to report to the Guelph Police Station every Monday and Friday between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. They were also placed on a daily curfew until the conclusion of the matters from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and are not to leave the state without permission of the court. They are scheduled to reappear in court in April. Calvin Bernard, meanwhile, was unable to secure bail and was remanded to the Richmond Hill prison until next week, Friday. Former opposition leader Michael Batiste is not yet done with frontline politics, as he announced his intention to be a candidate on the ballot in the upcoming general elections. We get this report from Cherian Blackman-Stephen.
Michael Batiste served as Minister for Agriculture under the New National Party in 1999, and that is until he crossed the floor to become the then opposition leader. After that, Batiste contested the St. Andrews Southwest constituency under the Grenada United Labour Party, the GULP, in 2003 and lost. But his attempt to win the St. Andrews Southwest constituency seat is not yet over.
My fellow Dominicans, I have decided one more time to ask your support, ask for your support, your continuous support in the upcoming general elections, because I intend to be a candidate once again to represent you, the people of Munich and St. Andrews Southwest.
In video footage compliments the New Today, Batiste told a small gathering in St. Andrew that he is saddened as he sees his community dying and the projects he started abandoned.
Brothers and sisters, fellow Municans, I cannot stand by any longer and watch these projects that I started die. My presence in the politics, it becomes so toxic for them that once I announce I'm coming back, tomorrow morning you're going to see they coming and they're asking, they're giving all your things like you're going out of style. What you going to see? And I like that. Once they hear Michael Batiste is back on the scene, they start to tremble and they're coming to you, they're offering you all kind of niceties again.
Addressing the issue of marijuana, Batiste said young people need more than the legalization of marijuana, as those in attendance shouted support to legalize it. He said what young people need are jobs, skills training, and better housing. He said the people of Munich are treated as second-class citizens.
In particular, many years ago, I acquired the lands in Tilleries, and my plan was to ask government to build a vocational school there. Munich had the most technical people across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. There was a time we could build a whole city with Munich people alone. They're asking you now, they're telling you now about marijuana. Brothers, we need to have that school in Munich. They turn into a vocational center, a technical vocational center, where our young people can go there after school and learn a skill and follow in the footsteps of the older ones who have done well.
Batiste made note of community centers not being used as quarantine facilities, while families in small houses are told to stay home with COVID-19 cases. He is confident that with the support of the people, he can reclaim St. Andrews Southwest constituency, presently held by the New National Party parliamentary representative, Mrs. Yolande Bain Horsford. But he says he is confident of victory and ready for a rematch with the sitting MP. Grenada's general election is constitutionally due next year. Cherian Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
Grenada plans to welcome and entertain cricket fans throughout the world next month with a massive cultural extravaganza. Revelers are being invited to participate in the grand affair with a promise that cash will be involved, as we hear in this report from Janelle McDonald.
Grenada is gearing up to host international cricket next month, which will feature West Indies taking on England at the National Stadium. A cultural extravaganza is one of the showpieces on the agenda, designed to entertain visitors and virtual viewers alike. Playwright Ricardo Kings Douglas is the man planning this cultural explosion, and he says this is a moment for Grenadians to release the pent-up energy from COVID-19.
Excitement of this thing is that we want to showcase our culture. So what we want to do is have a mini parade on the opening of cricket, the day of the cricket. So we're going to have like short knees, a section of short knees, Veko, Moko Jumbies, ballet dancers. We're bringing in Shakespeare mass, hopefully. They can come in. We have have the string band. We have a float, a beautiful float with a steel band on it. We have Jab Jab, of course. We have the fancy mass. So what we want to do is to create this massive, beautiful, controlled way parade. So that will give the excitement of the opening of the day on the day. Throughout the cricket period, which is the 24th to the 28th, there will be mini shows within the stadium. And so some days we'll showcase ballet dancers with short knees. Some days we'll showcase the Moko Jumbies. Some days we showcase Veko. So it's going to be an excitement on the breaks. So normally on the lunch break, when they go for their lunch, it's a 45-minute lunch break. So we have 30 minutes to show the world and the wonderful people indoors, all the people who came, the visitors and stuff, the excitement, what we have to offer.
Kings Douglas said on the outside of the stadium, there will be a fan zone where local art and crafts will be on display and for sale. Addressing the Grenada Tourism Authority's presser earlier today, he noted that while attendance is desired, only the fully vaccinated will be allowed in.
Everybody who enters the stadium must be vaccinated, right? Also, all those who would like to participate in this magnificent, wonderful experience of the Carnival Parade must be vaccinated as well, right? So I'm calling on all those who would like to participate out there. You must be vaccinated. If you want to be part of this carnival, mini carnival event, you can be part of it. You can be a Jab Jab, you can be a short knee, a ballet dancer, Moko Jumbies, all the Moko Jumbies out there, the Veko, all of these people out there who would like to participate. And it's a little job. You'll get a little remuneration for it.
Chief Executive Officer of the GTA, Petra Roach, said this will be a wonderful experience for Grenada to showcase uniquely Grenadian products.
Anybody who's got a small cottage industry where they make, very authentic things, we don't want people to come here and be buying things that are made in China. We want people to come here and actually buy authentic, locally made souvenirs to take back with them. So we're going to be creating that little museum and place where people can buy the local art and the local clothing and local soaps, etc. Because ultimately, this is who we are.
The highly anticipated test series for the newly minted Richards Botham Trophy will start appropriately at the Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Ground in Antigua on March 8th. The action then moves to the Kensington Oval in Barbados for the second test match, March 16 to 20th, with the third test match here in Grenada at the National Stadium, March 24th to 28th. For GBN News, Janelle MacDonald.
Moving now to other news, COVID-19 has placed entertainment on a back burner for some, but for others, the pandemic afforded them more time to work on their craft. GBN's Christina John sat down with one artist in the north of the island for an exclusive interview about her musical journey.
As we all know, Grenada is known for diverse talents. On one of our country runs, that is Sater St. Patrick, the north of the island, I came upon this young lady named Treasure. And believe you me, she is truly a hidden treasure. Welcome, Treasure, and thank you for accepting to speak with us at the GBN. Can you share with us a little bit about yourself?
Well, as you said, my name is Treasure, and I like to do music, I love to sing, I love to write, and I just practice producing my own music as well, the instrumentals and all those stuff. Yeah, so that music is the only thing that makes me feel like I'm a part of life, really, because when certain things happen and I'm in certain situations and I feel like I can't do anything about it, then I could always express it through a song, and I feel like I'm doing something about it, I feel fulfilled after I do that.
Tell me, how did the inspiration come about? How did you know that you had such a talent, and who motivates you?
Because when I was young, around 3, 4, 5, my mom was teaching me to read. I used to get a lot of lash because I always pronouncing no with the K, as in Kno. Right. So every time I say that, I would get lash. So I decided I don't want to get lash for that again, but I started to practice more reading and thing, and then I started to get it right. After a while, I started to write my own poems, putting my own stories together. And after about a few years, when I reached in primary school, I started singing my poems. And then somebody tell me, that song is real good. So I decided, best I start to write song. And then I started to write music. So by the time I reached about 12, so that when I officially start writing songs, move aside from poems.
Tell me about the different genres of music that you're into, the different types of music that you sing.
Well, I'm open-minded, so I sing different genres, rap, dancehall, R&B, soul, anything that come to mind based on what I'm feeling at the moment. Not all the time it does end happy when I record by other people, so that is why I really focusing on building up myself and starting my own studio, That's why I focus on that. So
wonderful.
Things hard for now, but at the on the grind, just now winning that race, man. Yeah, I don't feeling tired, I don't feeling weak, I just anytime I feel like every time I have a problem with some kind of producer, it doesn't even make me feel to give up. It doesn't make me feel to push more, because I want to prove to them that I'm not the person who you think I am, and I'm not the person who you telling people I am,
Well, we wish you all the very best in your future endeavors there, Treasure.
Yeah.
I want you to share a little bit with us, one of those songs that you've been doing. So give us a taste.
We're living in a Babylon city with the violent greedy. Them now how they get to youths reach no way. Jaja protect I from all temptation in this Babylon city. Need to make the right decision. Government not governing nobody. Not depend on them.
Christina John, GBN News.
This is the primetime edition of news. Coming up, a contract signed for a flooding mitigation study to combat flooding in parts of St. George and Grenville. Stay with us.
Get the kind of value you love that's unmatched at Courts Now. We're unmatched in quality and prices. Get appliances, electronics, furniture, and much more. You will love it. Get it now and pay nothing for 30 days with Ready Finance. Plus, shop now and get a chance to win a luxury staycation for two. Now that's unmatched value. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply. Offer ends February 28, 2022.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
You get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LEDs. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Physical violence, threats, controlling behavior, and being disrespectful are no-nos in any relationship. Parenting together after a breakup can be difficult, but always speak and behave in ways you would want your children to speak and act. You cannot control what your ex-partner does, but you can control how you choose to respond to your ex and what behaviors you display to your children. Parents, display behaviors you will want your children to learn. A respectful child begins with you. Step up your parenting game. My family matters.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
In leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
My grandson feel he was a big man before he reached secondary school. Telling me about new gadgets to make life easy. But he busting up the food his granny cook with her 2 hands. And Kern's a good boy. I know. I raised him. I know he doesn't like seeing me work too hard. He worries. Before I had my first heart attack, he was excited to live near his university campus. So I felt guilty when he decided to live at home to take care of me. And get into class and back, he would travel, he said. But I got him a little car anyway, much safer. He graduated, recently got married, and he's doing well for himself with all his tech. He still thinks he knows more than me. But to be honest, I don't know how I would have managed without him.
Your life is your story. Let's help you write it on your terms.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to News at 7. Tourism officials are looking forward to 2022 with great expectation as the industry slowly recovers from the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Petra Roach, they are anticipating a close return to 2019 numbers in terms of stayover arrivals, yachties, and cruise ship passengers. Jared Joseph has the details.
A 365% increase in visitor arrivals compared to 2021 is the forecast for 2022 in Grenada. CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Petra Roach, painting a picture of what is expected in regard to LF capacity, says the situation remains fluid as market variables and spikes in variance are some of the determining factors. Roach notes that in some already positive news, flights from the United States and United Kingdom have returned to pre-COVID-19 levels.
And the challenge that we have at the minute is that we still have to fly over another destination. So with British Airways, we're flying over Antigua and then coming into Grenada, and that's on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And then with Virgin, we're actually flying over Barbados, and that is on Mondays and Fridays. So we will continue to be at a competitive disadvantage because we don't have a non-stop service.
The CEO says, recognizing the potential of the UK market, they are seeking to maximize on that group of travelers in an effort to increase arrivals and introduce a non-stop flight.
and we've spoken to them, and we reckon that that service will recommence in winter 2022. And we also continue discussions out of that market with Sunwing, and we are looking for them to start a service again in winter 2022 as well from Toronto.
She says restrictions by the Canadian government have placed a challenge, with Air Canada suspending service despite prime number of travellers.
And this actually, that simple factor, will be one of the biggest boosts to the travel industry for the past 2 years. And Airlines for America, they represent American Airlines, Delta Airlines, United Airlines, etc. They continue to agitate for relaxation of protocols because they've had poor trading conditions, where their international air travel numbers are still down 38% over 2019 numbers.
Which says the relaxation of protocols in the UK and Europe is expected to increase visitor arrivals.
We have a really unique proposition. At the end of the day, we are one unique destination, but 3 islands to explore. And therefore, that's going to be a big thrust for us with the summer campaign, where we're looking to offer families who are travelling to Grenada the opportunity to get discounted travel to Carriacou or Petit Martinique with discounted Osprey tickets.
Wood says the niche markets such as romance, health and well-being, as well as cuisine, where Grenada offers a unique destination of 3 islands, will be a target for the GTA. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Major infrastructure work to address flooding in well-known areas, as well as the land slippage in Molinaire, may soon receive attention, as the procedures which precede such projects are at different stages. Gerard Joseph has more.
A light at the end of flooding issues in Big Parish St. Andrew may soon become a burden of the past, as the Ministry of Infrastructure initiates plans to proceed with possible mitigation and climate resilience measures. Infrastructure Minister Senator Nolan Cox says flooding in Montrouge, Tantine and the town of Grenville, which has been exacerbated due to climate change impacts and increased rainfall, may soon be addressed. The 3 areas identified are prone to flooding easily whenever heavy rain falls persistently, and Senator Cox notes that a contract has been signed to begin studies for each area.
After which we should get from that report plans for structural engineering improvements to minimize the impact of climate change. As you know, there is great uncertainty with those climate impacts. They continue to change as we move forward, and sometimes it's very difficult to pin that down. But we believe with these studies, it will help to shape how we can respond to those impacts going forward.
Meanwhile, a contract has been signed with Kenny Strucken for the construction of the Simoon Cultural Centre, and the Infrastructure Minister says tenders are also out for the Molinaire land slippage project.
We have so far approximately about 13 companies expressing interest in tendering for that project, both local and regional companies. Mr. President, we should see tenders being returned for that project sometime early March, and thereafter we do the evaluation, and a suitable contractor will be awarded, and we can see work commencing to have that landslip area repaired and traffic restored through that Molinaire area.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
No longer will young chefs and mixologists have to further their culinary careers outside of Grenada, as an initiative has begun to establish an institution to develop local talents to their farthest potential. Here's another report from Gerard Joseph.
But I can tell you it's imminent. We're already having the conversations, and that is being led by our chairman, Mr. Barry Collymore. And again, we have this as priority.
A local culinary school to train the next generation of top Grenadian chefs to take full advantage of the executive positions at some of the top restaurants and hotels may no longer be a pipe dream. CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Petra Road, says collaboration with the West Indies School of Hospitality and the Hospitality Department at TAMCC is ongoing to establish a culinary school of excellence.
Wish has now started conversations with the Culinary Institute of America, where we are going to be building our own school here and training up some of our already accomplished chefs to be a part of that training experience.
Wood says limitations were identified in terms of training space following the recent Young Mixologist competition.
One of the most important things in terms of ensuring that you have the viability of an industry is not only thinking of it today, but thinking of where it's going to be in 5 years' time. And a very critical element of that process is obviously the talent that you hone. And besides the actual practical skills, I think what's important is giving these young people the opportunity to sit at the table for occasions like these and have their voices heard as well.
She notes the TA Marisho Community College is an integral part of the conversation, building on the GTA's MOU with the institution.
And again, we wanted to escalate what they were doing already with this competitive element and also lend the opportunity for these young budding chefs and mixologists to then travel with us when we go overseas for our promotional tours. So it's working hand in hand with TAMCC, again, leveraging the opportunity and continuing the conversation about how we can get the best out of the talent that we have.
The West Indies School of Hospitality, also referred to as Wish Grenada, is co-founded by Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Barry Collimo. The initiative was launched in April of 2021. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
This is News at 7. Still to come, young men dominate speech and poetry competition. Stay with us.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform. Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
What if there was a place in Grenada that was close to Grand Dance Beach, within walking distance of restaurants and attractions, and you didn't have to pay hundreds of dollars to stay there? Guess what? There is. Look us up.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
It's finally here. The long-awaited historical drama, Julian Fedon, is finally here. One man with a sense of destiny. 14,000 slaves with a dream and a promise.
Tonight we stand our ground. Tonight we stand on the side of history.
Julian Fedon, presented by Heritage Theatre Company in conjunction with the Grenada Broadcasting Network, the Grenada Cooperative Bank, the Grenada National Lotteries Authority. Opening Saturday, 12 February, 7 p.m. at the Trade Center, and continuing. Experience the conflict.
Close down their churches, every one of them.
Feel the passion. The epic drama of a people caught up in a desperate struggle for freedom.
Seems to me like you are trying to get yourself killed.
Julian Fedon, bring out the entire family and enjoy an experience in Grenadian theatre.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Welcome back. The recently held speech and poetry contest saw participation from some of the island's most creative secondary school students. But it was young men who walked away with the top prizes in each category. We hear excerpts of the winning pieces in this report. There have been calls over the years for more young men to shine academically and showcase their creative minds. And the 2022 Speech and Poetry Contest proved that the male population has what it takes to do just that. In the event staged by the Ministry of Education recently, first place in all categories went to boys from different secondary schools. COVID-19, the 21st Century Apocalypse, Finding Connection in Isolation, and Life Under the Mask were the themes used in the competition, and mostly young men were the bright stars. In the poetry competition, Corey Boyd of PBC placed first in the 14 to 16-year-old age category group. His poem stemmed from the theme Life Under the Mask.
Whether you continue life with a mask or without, we wear the mask. It does not wear us.
Elian Roberts of Boca Secondary School placed first in the 11 to 13-year-old category with the theme COVID-19, the 21st Century Apocalypse.
Then a sight of relief was seen when we received our first batch of COVID-19 vaccine. People were skeptical, not knowing what to expect. So everyone just waited to see who would make the first step.
In the 11 to 13-year-old age group of the speech competition, PBC dominated with Zakar Kofi with his speech on the topic Life Under the Mask.
Life under the mask is stifling, bridled, and suffocating for students. I thank you.
Prashan Haynes, also of PBC, placed first in the 14 to 16 category. His speech, Life Under the Mask.
The mask covers our face and our ability to properly express emotions. This is shown with our society slowly losing emotions like empathy and genuine care and concern for others.
The contest was established to boost creativity and lend students the voice and platform to express their feelings, perspectives, and opinions on the COVID-19. It's now time to take a peek through the GBN ISOR lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISOR is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Locally grown to internationally flown, we love nothing more than to see our very own being proud of their heritage and representing Grenada internationally. Tonight's ISAW submissions feature just that. The Grenada flag makes it to the equator. The Nanyuki town, which is right in the center of Kenya, is known mainly for its equator point and hordes of locals and tourists. Amid freezing conditions in New York, our next ISAW reporter says, blazing hot Grenadian colors to warm up a very chilly day. Grenadian to the bone, even when it's bone cold. One nation, one people. We thank our ISAW reporters for their submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. The weather is up next, followed by sports and our probe around the globe.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
She was my life, caring for me, loving me from a baby. COVID came and she never left the house. She felt safe there. Just turned 80. She kept saying, son, go take the vaccine so you could come and see me. I miss you. I never did. Because I'm young and I'm strong, and people on Facebook say the vaccine don't really protect you. I went to see her because I thought I was fine. I had no symptoms. She was so happy to see me. I had COVID and I did not even know. Being vaccinated would have helped. I just know it. I just know it. I'm so sorry, Granny. I'm so sorry.
This message is brought to you by the Grenada COVID Crisis Group and the Grenadians United in Virginia.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carriacou. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Let's start the new year on a high at
Detox high because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Speyside Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Speyside Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Speyside Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679. or 406-1500, or visit any of our 3 locations. Speyside Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight, fair to partly cloudy with a few light early morning showers. Tonight, minimum temperature 22 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to east northeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open water. Tides low at 7:27 p.m. and high at 9:18 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow 6:31. Weather for Wednesday, February 9th, partly cloudy during the morning, becoming fair by afternoon. Weather for Thursday, February 10th, partly cloudy, becoming cloudy at times with light to moderate showers. And weather for Friday, February 11th, fair to partly cloudy. Sporting fans, young lads emerged winners of the Carriacou T10 tournament played at the Hillsborough playing field on Sunday. They defeated Universal Bouncers by 9 wickets. In a low-scoring final, Universal Bouncers put on 79 for 4 in 10 overs, with Haldon Moses top scoring with 52. In reply, young lads rushed to 82 for 1 in 6.2 overs. In the playoff match played for the 3rd and 4th positions respectively, Noel Supplies Leicester Cricket Club defeated Hotel Lorena Mount Royal Stars by 10 wickets. Batting first, Mount Royal made 72 for 4 in 10 overs, and in reply, Leicester Cricket Club scored 75 without loss in 5.2 overs, with Michael Joseph top scoring with 45 to receive the Man of the Match award. Player of the tournament went to Imran Joseph after he scored the most runs, 229, and most sixes, 23. Fitzroy Lendor received the award for the most wickets, totaling 11 for 6 matches. The Windward Volcanoes were primed and ready to begin their West Indies 4-Day Championship campaign after weeks of preparation at the National Cricket Stadium in Grenada. The Volcanoes journeyed to Trinidad and Tobago over the weekend for their opening game against Guyana, which got underway on Wednesday. Prior to the match, new captain Kaveem Hodge spoke on his transition from the vice-captain position.
It's been pretty fluid. Obviously, now I see myself as a leader in the team. But obviously, given in the role as a full-time captain, obviously some big responsibility. Leading any team, is always a pleasure. So it's something I'm really looking forward to. Working with the guys. I've been getting a lot of support. So, like I said, it's been a pretty good transition. So I hopefully, move that into the games and lead by example.
Volcanoes recently appointed a new head coach, and Hodge says the atmosphere has been great within the camp.
It's been great, actually. We've been getting a lot of fresh ideas. It's always good to have a shift in mindset, a shift in culture. That's one of the things that the new head coach has been trying to drive into the guys. Obviously, given the resources and the time that we've had, we've put in a lot of work. Obviously, we were fortunate to get some practice games and some test events, even in the off season when we didn't know there was any first class cricket. So that's always a good sign to have some time in the middle and getting to know the players that you're going to move forward. So I'm pretty happy with the preparation.
Day one saw veteran Grenadian Devon Smith hitting a half-century, 52, and Alec Athanes scoring another half-century, 68, as Volcanoes were 207 for 7 after 67 overs. India took the ODI series with a dramatic win with one more one-day international left to play as the West Indies failed to give proper chase to a moderate total. India were restricted to 237 runs as Alzari Joseph, Odin Smith and Jason Holder produced some brilliant bowling spells. However, failure with the bat saw West Indies crumble to a 193 all out.
It's tough to say, to be honest. The last couple of games we haven't been batting well as a team. Jamaica was a bit tough in terms of conditions batting first there. Here so far we definitely, I can say that in some situations we weren't aware of what's best for the team at the moment, and we put our hands up there for that.
Stand-in captain Nicholas Puran was in high praise of the seam bowlers, singling out Odin Smith, who he says is making a name for himself.
Where we went wrong is definitely losing wickets, after developing our partnerships, especially losing soft wickets. Every time someone is set, we tend to get out in the wrong timing. That basically went wrong tonight. The top 5, top 6 batsmen, we didn't put our hands up tonight and stopped out there for the team.
Puran admits to match awareness struggle among the West Indies team as batsmen were unable to prolong partnerships.
Very impressed. The guys went back and did their homework. And they identified their faults in the last game, and today they had the opportunity to correct it. I thought we bowled extremely well to all the batsmen. We kept some really tight lines, utilized the conditions, and I'm very happy for the guys.
And that's your sports news. A look around the region is next. This is your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I am your presenter, Beverly Telesford. It has been revealed that Guyana will buy electricity from China as the government allows a controversial Chinese company to build and own the Amelia Falls hydropower plant. Sherwood Belgrave of HGP-TV filed this report.
Vice President Dr. Bar Jagdiod, during an interview on February 1 with Vice News, an international media entity, has made it clear that Guyana will be buying electricity from China at a cost of 7 US cents per kilowatt hour when the Amelia hydro power plant is completed. According to Jagdiod, this is because Guyana will not be owning the plant. Instead, the owner will be China Railway, the Chinese company that was awarded the contract to build the plant. The Vice President believes that buying electricity from China is a better option because Guyana won't be burdened with paying back a loan for the project. He even posited that by buying power at US 7 cents per kilowatt, his government will be able to cut the cost of electricity in Guyana, which currently costs 30 US cents per kilowatt hour, by half.
We don't have to take equity in the project. We're buying power if the agreement, the negotiations go well there. So that will be about 7.7 cents per kilowatt hour. We can then sell it at double the price we're buying it for and still meet our commitment to cut electricity prices by half. So it's very exciting. And then
the People's Progressive Party Civic had intended years ago, when it was previously in office, to have the same Chinese company, China Railway, develop the project. Back then, the project would have been funded by Norway, China, and the Inter-American Development Bank. However, questions were raised about the Chinese contractor after the Norwegian Ethics Council had found out that it was involved in a significant corruption case.
Moving now to Jamaica. Nurses who refuse to get vaccinated are now taking the jab as opportunities open up for employment overseas. The details in this TVG report.
Virginia, Texas, and Maryland are just a few of the states in the U.S. that are desperately in search of nurses, and Jamaican nurses have been answering the call. One of the requirements must be fully immunized against COVID-19. In fact, vaccination is mandatory to enter the U.S. Interestingly, although hesitance remains high among nurses in Jamaica, TVJ News understands that the healthcare workers are taking the job in order to qualify for work overseas. We put the issue to President of the Nurses Association of Jamaica, Patsy Edwards Henry.
There are a number of persons right here in Jamaica who do things that they wouldn't normally do when they're overseas, or they don't do it here, but when they go overseas, they do it. So I think that is a general trend in the population. We do what we need to do when it benefits us. So I wouldn't generalize it to nurses only.
Mrs. Edwards Henry says last year alone, 495 nurses migrated for greener pastures. This, she adds, is in keeping with pre-pandemic numbers.
In 2018 and 2019, we had close to 500 nurses migrating per year. It went down, as you know, in 2020, but started to peak again. So we had close to 495 nurses leaving in 2021. Since the beginning of the year, we've started to gather our statistics. We don't have clean numbers, but we do know that in January alone, we had at least 15 nurses who left the public sector.
Further afield, an outbreak of a lethal variant of avian influenza is sweeping across countries in West Africa. It has killed millions of birds, and officials are struggling to contain the spread of the virus. Veterinary officials say that just one infection is enough reason to cull all the birds on an affected farm. Al Jazeera's Ahmed Idris reports from a farm in Tema, near Ghana's capital Accra, where workers face an uncertain future.
This is the second time in 7 months Delaware Farms has been forced to cull its chickens. 30,000 birds are being destroyed just 2 weeks after $63,000 was spent to restock the farm.
It was very devastating for us and very difficult to bear. So
You just have to come and depopulate them and all that. So we've really lost so much. So we don't even know what to do now.
Last year, bird flu was the H9N2 virus. This year, it's the more lethal H5N1 variant, which is difficult to control.
24 hours ago, 4,000 chickens were here. Now it's nearly empty. And even the few remaining will have to be destroyed. Veterinary officials say just one infection is enough reason to cull the entire farm birds.
And the rising number of deaths across Ghana worries the government.
We are having to deal with it to try to minimize the costs in terms of the deaths, mortalities. This is the highest in the 10-year period, the third one. We have more than 700,000 birds which have either been put down as a preventive measure to control the spread or had died out of the infection.
And that was your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I am your presenter, Beverly Telesford. Recapping the headlines, Grenada Tourism Authority anticipates massive increase in visitor arrivals for 2022. Michael Batiste signals his intention to contest the next general elections. Grenada to showcase massive cultural extravaganza for upcoming cricket match at the National Stadium next month. In our look around the globe, Guyana to buy electricity from China as government allows Chinese company to build hydropower plant. And nurses in Jamaica taking the job for employment overseas. In sports, Devon Smith smashes half-century as Windward Islands contend their first match of regional cricket tournament. That's the end of the GBN Nightly News for today, Wednesday, February 9th, 2022. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I am Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.